What is going on, fam? I hope everyone is feeling these abundant vibes lately since the universe is transforming. If you're new to this channel, my name is Brittany Fontanez, and what I do is I teach people to take their pain and turn it into power so they can be their infinite love within. So today's message, I had to take this one into consideration for my well-being, but also for the expansion of this universe, and especially you. I realize that there's a lot of talk about positivity, 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 positivity. But there's not enough talk about being true. There's not enough talk about the truth. Now, the reason why I do these videos is because I speak nothing but the truth. And I do it from the wholeness of me. So I speak nothing but the truth, the whole truth, so it could literally set me and you free. What do I mean by that? I mean that we actually have to be true to ourselves in order to live a life of true fulfillment. Majority of us are not even honest with our own selves. That's why we stay oblivious and continue to think the same way, to have the same beliefs, and move in the same way we always been moving year after year after year, and still being unsatisfied by that, but yet questioning why nothing has changed. You already know. Change can't happen until you make that change. Like Albert Einstein says, it's insanity to want change and expecting it from doing the same thing. Of course, we all know that. But the one thing I realized that we don't know is that the truth is, and it hurts, it's going to be a hard pill to swallow. Yes, I've said it plenty of times in my videos. We are responsible for our lives. And I'm not just talking about physically. I'm not just talking about financially. I'm not just talking about a job or taking care of your family or being a mother, being a father, being a friend. I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is that we're responsible for our own happiness. We're responsible for waking up and realizing who we choose to be today, and set that intention to deliberately be that, because we want to be that, because we know that brings the wholeness and the best version out of us. But most of us seek answers. We seek positivity. We seek something outside of ourselves that's going to try to make us fulfilled and answer all of our unknown questions, all of our worries, all of our sadness, all of the reason why life isn't changing situation, uncertainty. But the truth is, until you lose your mind, I say this in a humble, loving manner. Until you lose your mind, you will not be able to go within the depths of your own soul and realize that you are the ocean of perfection that you've been seeking. Everything that we seek, we are within already. The abundance, the wealth, the success, the being the attractive one when you walk into a room and people have to turn heads because they feel your presence. I get we all want that. But we live in this identity where we feel that this is the only self-image that we have because we've been born with it. We have to understand that we were born onto this universe without a right to create our own name, to create who we want to be. So our life is the way that it is because of how we grew up. But yet our life is our own fault if we die the same way. Swallowing the truth hurts, but being real with yourself is the only way you can propel forward. The most amazing thing I've ever exercised in my life was to realize that I've done some very intense meditations of opening of my chakras, of actually letting my imagination loose, of actually letting my ego speak for itself, or actually letting my heart lead the way into my being. That has been very tremendously terrifying. Only because, yes, one, we haven't been taught to go within and find our own confidence and feel empowered by our own inspiration. But mostly because is that we're so caught up in trying to improve and build something new, but yet we still have this baggage. we still have this pile. It's like, good example. It's like when construction workers are building a new house, a new apartment complex, which is a lot around here actually, where I am. They need that foundation to be empty in order to build that new complex. So what do? Demolition. They tear down everything. They destroy everything with the wrecking ball. They wreck everything and clean it all up. They get rid of the pile of the junk that's been there so they can build something new. That's how we are. We have this foundation, but yet we still have that pile of junk on there. All the things that we have, destroyed of our old selves, of our old visions, of our old beliefs, they're still there in that pile. And yet we're trying to build upon that pile, and it's so uneven. It's so not enough clarity. It's so lackful. It's like you're trying to build, but it's tipping over and it doesn't have enough foundation, or it's just trying to find a way, or how can we make this not heavy so this side can be balanced? We put a lot of pressure on ourselves. But in reality, life is very simple. And it can be very easy when you realize to get rid of all the access that doesn't even serve us anymore. If we want to build anew, we have to realize we're the ones who are keeping the foundation cluttered for us not to build. Like I said in my video yesterday, blessings can't make their way in until you make space in your heart for them. And that means diminishing your own self-image, diminishing your limiting beliefs, and diminishing who you thought you were. And I'm not saying that it takes a minute. It could take a minute for you to change your self-image. And it could take centuries for some people to understand that their self-image is the reason why they're destroying themselves. The imagination is very powerful. It doesn't know the difference between what is real physically and what is not real. So it is your responsibility to imagine yourself at the grandest version of who you want to be. I do that by speaking my affirmations. I do that by actually believing in what I speak about. I do that by consistently going throughout my day and being deliberate of thinking about my affirmations, my intentions for the day. That's not easy to do, but it does take some time and momentum to build. And the reason why I'm sharing this is because the truth is, you can't build anything new until you realize what's in your way. And the only thing that's in your way is you. The only reason why nothing can be built or be new is because you're the only one who thinks you don't deserve it. You're the only one who thinks, you're the one who's wrong and everything else is right. You're the only one who thinks you don't have the ability to move forward, but really it's just you believing in your egotistical imagination that you're false, that you're not divine, that you're not God, and that you're separate. But when you go in tune, here's one thing I've been working on a lot lately that I want to share with you guys. I feel like it's really, really important. It might change your lives. What I've been doing now is I've been letting my heart speak to me. Because your heart is always trying to speak to you. We always go by logic, but really, intuition is really what's true. And I learned that by doing this. I started probably on Monday. So I let my heart speak, and what my heart did was pretty much took me in to the center of my being, which is right here, which is where your heart is. And it kind of it pushed me to the point I was falling down into this beautiful, beautiful cave. And I say it's beautiful because it looked like sparkling rocks all around. It just felt so comfortable to be there. It felt so good to be there. It felt like I belonged there. It felt like home. So the deeper I got, it was amazing, because I realized the closer I got to, keep falling, I saw this aqua blue glowing in the cave. And it started to reflect off the beautiful crystals that were the actual cave. And then all of a sudden, I felt myself settling in. Remind you, it felt like I was flying, but I was being controlled the whole entire time. And I was leveled into this water. It's like, it felt like a stream, like a river. But it was just for me. It was just for my perfect body size and frame. And I laid there. And that pool of water felt like pure perfection. It felt like that's where I belonged. That's where source was. That's where divine was. That's where love been wanting me to be. So I laid there. And I let the water just wash over me. It's to the point that my physical self didn't exist. Just my hologram self is. It's like I said, we're spiritual beings in a temporary human experience. So really, we're just holograms. So the water was washing through my entire essence, my entire being. And I felt so whole. And I felt so complete that my mind didn't even exist anymore. It was gone. The only thing that exists was me. My inner being. My higher self. I felt connected to this entire universe. And I've been working at that every day. Going in that pool of perfection. Waking up every day realizing, I started to realize the change in that. I started to realize waking up every day these past few mornings like, whoa, it feels damn good to be alive. It doesn't matter how my circumstance looks because my imagination was just exploding with what was real to me and who was real, who was I. It was showing me who I really was. It was showing me the successful being that I was. And I'm not just talking about materialistically, but the successful being that has broken the shackles of what I thought wasn't true for me. And the reason why I share this story with you is because you have to do whatever it takes, not only to get to where you want to go, that is your goals and your dreams, but you have to do whatever it takes to remind yourself that you are a worthy being, that you are deserving to be here, and you have every right to speak your truth. You have every right to be who you are. And you have every right to love yourself inch by inch. But it takes you to commit to you as a priority. To commit that every day of how you feel, it's fucking important. Because it is. Because if you're not satisfied with who you are right now, and not solid to the point you don't need anything, you will never, ever change. And you will never receive more. And I know this sounds rough, but we gotta be real here. This world has been filled with nothing but lies. And there's a lot of us waking up. There's a lot of spiritual teachers getting more deep. And there's a lot of us students that are waking up and realizing the truth. The truth is, like I just said, you are a worthy being. But the truth is, you were created because you're needed for something. So you got to start changing your vibration so the universe can give you what you need, that you feel that you deserve, that's going to make this planet better and your lifestyle better. But it all starts with you. Every day, just wake up and tell yourself, I deserve happiness. So I'm going to teach myself how to do that. That's your only work. Your work is not just to go to work. Your work is not just to take care of your family. Your work is not just to go to school. Your work is not just to, seeing what I'm going to do today, what I'm going to do over the weekend, and how I'm going to plan this and how I'm going to plan that. That's not your work. Your work is waking up every day, like I just said, choosing to want to be happy and working on that deliberately, because that is a priority, because you realize you deserve to feel the way you want to feel, but it takes you believing and seeing with pure faith of who you truly are, and your imagination already exists. It already exists, my friends. That was a powerful message that I shared today that I received from my guides. And you guys, I love you. I adore all of you. I don't even need to know your names or see your faces. We're all connected no matter what, and we're all one. And I love you, and I'm so grateful that you're here to watch this and hear me, as I am just a vessel to share this message and this wisdom that I've been given by the universe. So thank you for your support. And also thank you for allowing me to do this, and thank you for being you. Because without you, I wouldn't have no reason to do this. So I really have faith that my words do resonate with you, so you can be the grandest version of yourself, because you deserve it. Anywho, if you really like this video, please give a thumbs up. If you feel it's very deep to the soul, that you feel like it's going to resonate with other people, please share it on any social media. Also, add me on Instagram, where I do quotes, I do little videos, I do a lot of things that just spread more wisdom that I feel throughout my own experience, so I can help you propel forward into a more beautiful perspective. And also subscribe to my channel and actually hit the notification button so you can receive daily videos from me. But until then, you guys, I thank you, I love you, and stay blissful, because you deserve to. Namaste.